Welcome back, everybody. Week 4, episode 4, Central Division time.
Opening night.
We've been already a good comeback in one game.
Yep, first game. Well, of the day.
Of the day.
Not the season, but
and right now, Florida Panthers are just
killing it. Taking it to Boston, all ends of the floor.
Yeah, dude. I don't. If Boston comes back right now, we know it's 5-2.
Yep.
Boston comes
just
back.
scored.
We'll
McAvoy
see.
just scored. So each team has a shorty too. Interesting enough.
Yeah, that is true.
Crazy.
So before we get into anything in the Central, big news coming out of the Atlantic again.
Yeah,
big
I know.
news.
We did this all
they're
wrong.
not. They're not Atlantic. The Eastern Conference.
Eastern Conference, the Metropolitan.
Yes. Rangers goalie apparently has got rumor. So huge news. It's been out now for just today, but Igor apparently got offered 8 years for $11 million.
Yeah.
And he said no.
Yeah, rejected it out flat right, which is crazy to me. Because Swayman, you just saw he did 8 years for 8.25.
But again, he hasn't been in the league that long.
No, and Shesterkin just definitely was number 1 last year, and he had a great year the year before. But still, I feel like $3 million more, and still that's still more than what the other goalies are making.
Oh, 100%.
I don't get why he would say no. I don't know if he wants a lesser deal, like he doesn't want 8 years there. And
I doubt.
That's the thing. I don't know, because then, yeah, he wants the money, but it's just like, well, then he can't build around you.
Yeah.
Then you're just taking up cap space.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think if the Rangers decide, yeah, we'll give you more money, your playoff hopes are gone. Well, yeah, you can build around the goalie, but now that's going to look like a Price.
Yeah.
Price didn't take up a lot of cap space.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the team around him. And right now you have the team around you, but now you're wanting more money. It's not gonna.
Yeah, we know Price.
It's not gonna work.
He never got.
You got
a cup,
how many studs on that team already?
Yeah.
How are they gonna get paid? So.
Yeah, we know Shesterkin is definitely deserving of $11 million, but more than that, I don't know how much more you would ask for or take. I mean, what is he looking for? $13 million or something in that range? Like that's.
I don't think he's gonna get it from the Rangers.
No, that's a lot of money for a goalie.
There's two things. If he doesn't get a deal done with the Rangers, a lot of teams are going to go for that 13 to 15 mil probably for sure.
Yeah.
But if he does sign with the Rangers hope for Stanley Cup is going to be out of the question for a while.
Yeah, because with him back there, they're locked in for the playoffs.
Yeah,
no doubt. And even further, that's a weird thing. Interesting to see the next couple of days, like if anything else comes out of that camp, because that's just flat out rejecting no for 8 years, $11 million.
Yeah, that is gnarly.
I don't get it. Something must be seen.
But yeah, okay. So that was our big news so far. Good game so far playing tonight. We're super excited that
finally back.
Yeah, hockey's back. We're finally can be super excited about it. Again, today we are going to finish up the whole division. So Central Division we saved for last, one of the tougher divisions.
Basically, kind of just like the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Anyway, for the Western Conference.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, we'll give you our picks of the Central Division and also the Western Conference. And then I didn't tell Ryan this, but I think we're gonna put in who we think are gonna be in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
So it'd be a fun little way to come back to I think this team and this team. So
yeah.
So you can think about your two teams. I got mine already locked. Not locked in. It might be a little toss up, but we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, let's just jump right into the Central Division. Starting off with the Dallas Stars, second overall in the league last year. 52-21-9 for 113 points. Home record was 26-11-4. Away, 26-10-5. Power play, 6% overall, and PK was 8th. So, overall, these guys, the only person they really lose is Joe Pavelski.
Yeah, retires. That's still a kind of a big loss.
It is.
Of an age. He was second in points on their team. 27 goals, almost 30 goals. Plus 12. That's a big loss.
Yeah.
It's a big loss offensively.
It is. Even you have Wyatt on that team. He's a young guy. And to get
Johnson.
to get 65, I don't know if it's his second or first year, but to get 65 points as a youngster, that's really good.
Goals.
So, pretty excited for these Stars. I think the hope is, of course, contending for the Cup.
Yeah, with Ottinger back,
Yeah, they're Jake.
It's still all around great team.
Yeah, Jake playing 53 games and at not 90 a 9 a 90%, 90.5% save percentage out of 53 games is really
great
good.
record. And I know they lose Wedgwood. He moves on with Nashville, but they get DeSmith from the Canucks as his backup. So
yeah, and they sign a good couple defense. Well, they signed a defenseman.
The big thing is Duchesne coming back on that deal, the same deal he had previously signed with them, which is with 65 points, 25 goals, and him coming back on basically like a team-friendly deal
at $3 million.
Yeah, that's huge for them. Yeah, because that's another chance. That just brings them another chance, and then with adding or bringing back Dumba as well on the line.
Yep.
Or having him come from Tampa.
Exactly. So
that builds depth for their defense at least.
Yep. So they get a few more defensemen. Lindell they extend.
Yep.
You have to send him for sure.
Yeah.
Re-signed Harley. Smith signed a 1-year deal with them for $1 million. Dumba 2 years. I think that's a good pickup.
Yeah, defensively building.
Yeah, defense. They're sound. Like this is
they
a
have
scary team.
Yeah,
it's a very scary team.
Yeah.
Right now I know. Well, I keep saying this, but Western Conference is everyone's talked about the Oilers, and the Stars have never been really talked about. They've been in the playoffs now for the last couple of years.
Yeah,
made it to one finals in the COVID year, but I'm telling you, this Dallas team, it's almost like it's more do or die for them than it is.
I think this year, I honestly think this year it's do or die, and after this year, I don't think we see them back at least as a cup contender.
Yeah,
to make the playoffs. I think they
shake a lot of things up.
But yeah, after this year, it's really going to be looking, not looking good if they can't make it.
Yeah, I think they're good. Like their young guys they've been really good drafting really young guys and making them.
Well, yeah, you don't have
contenders.
They still have. I know it doesn't look like it, but Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin are still on the team.
Well, here, let's go right to the line. Yeah, they got Jamie right now in the third line.
Yeah.
And so they're stacked. They really are.
Yeah, they have youngsters. So then they have Seguin and Benn as which is crazy for us because I remember when Seguin first came in the league with Boston. Watching him in Boston was awesome. So now to have them be vets, it's so weird.
Yep.
to say, but they have a deep team. Yeah. Offensive and defensively.
That first line is super dangerous.
Yeah.
That first line, 80
young guys
to 65, 265s and 80 points. I don't think Wyatt played with those guys last year, so to put them up together, that's going to be a scary duo or trio. And yeah, you just can't go wrong. Like Lindell, they just extended him, and he's already on the third line. That's how deep they are.
Yeah, a deep line. I'm surprised they do have Dumbo up there on the first line.
I think he was kind of playing more. Yeah, he's gonna be. I think they can shuffle him around.
Yeah,
but
they have him. They're able. They have. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
you got 7 defensemen solidly. I don't know what the 7th one is.
Again, do or die for the Dallas, and I don't think there's much to talk about because they are gonna be scary good. Next one, I think it was a big surprise from everybody last year was the Winnipeg Jets. Finished 4th in the league last year. 52-24-6, 110 points. They did make the playoffs. I didn't put that on there, but home record was 27-11-3, away 25-13-3. Kind of not a good stat. Hopefully they can do better in both the power play at 22 and the PK at 21. Not the best, but hey, when you're producing, when you got a lot of guys producing, it's good. But again, I guess when you look at it, the 5th lowest guy has 38 points.
Perfetti, who re-signed with them.
Yes. The thing is, it's funny that you look at this and you don't see an 80-point guy. So you have to expect everyone else below these guys are still getting points.
They're still about the same.
They're probably that 30, 20-point people getting
25 to 30.
Yeah. And when you get Connor Hellebuck as your goaltender.
Yeah, Hellebuck
60
unstoppable.
Games, I know. 60 games, dude. He's 92% save percentage.
I know. It's .9. Yeah, and they lose Brosset, their backup. He goes to the Blackhawks. They bring in Comrie and Kakkonen. Kakkonen had an awful year last year, so he's the backup with Connor. I don't know if Connor's gonna be able to play that many games again this year. That's a lot of games for a Tendy. especially leading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's what
that's a big work overload for him.
Yeah,
but still, to put up those
games.
numbers, it's insane. He is a brick wall back there, and I think one of the main reasons why they've been in the playoffs last year and they had such a good run.
Yeah, yeah. The Jets here with Connor was such a good, signing just last year. I think everyone was thinking Connor was gone last year, and I think the Jets overall was not projected good last year until Connor signed. I believe was it Sheffley that signed as well, and both of those guys performed. It was their teams, and the Jets surprised a lot of people last year.
Yeah, and now the new coach, we'll see if they can repeat it.
Yeah.
And make it back.
Hopefully they don't change too much up.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes in and changes up that power play and PK, and they're going to be a very good team too.
Yeah, look for that. Yeah, not many people probably going to see it. They're going to probably fly under the radar.
Yeah,
of a lot of other people
they'll be under the
radar. It's a stacked Central Division and a stacked Western Conference. And so I mean, the Jets, for me, they're a lock in the playoffs. I don't know about Cup yet, but I like the team.
Yeah,
it's a good team, good to watch. There's probably, I would say, maybe in the league 5 to 8 elite goaltenders.
Yeah,
and Hellebuck is the one.
Yeah,
top. You could probably make an argument for a top three. You can make an argument. It's tough, but yeah.
The goaltenders for the U.S. alone, I saw pre lineups for the Olympics, and they have Swayman as the third string.
The
goalie, and that's
U.S.
crazy.
is definitely they've
Connor
taken
and Markstrom and
the
Swayman.
lead for developing elite goaltenders compared to how Canada used to kind of be the leader for that.
Exactly. So, but yeah, the Jets here looking really good. You get Kyle Connor, even a guy that is a sleeper. Gabe Vilardi, they got up there. I love Gabe. I will tell you right now, I think if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a 30-plus, even more goal scorer this year. He was so good with the Canes, and I'm mad that we got rid of him. But, oh well, teach your own.
You got Philo on there, too.
Exactly. I follow, love him. I got a picture with him at our hotel in St. Paul when we went. He was Canes player. I still have that on my phone. But, yeah, overall.
And Nino Ryder, too, on the third line. That's good depth. I remember him with the Wild. I liked him for the Wild. I remember I got my mom a jersey for him for Christmas, and then I believe a month later in January he was traded. So at least my mom got a jersey with him. It's good. I like Nino.
Yep.
I see him still.
So again, I think this team's gonna be under the radar.
I just want to know. I'm curious to see if they make Connor play that many games he did last year. That's a lot of games.
Way too many for your starter, especially if you want him to have if you guys want to have a deep run at the playoffs.
Well, and with the addition of Capel, he did not have a good season at all last year.
Well, that's the thing.
With the Devils and the Sharks. It was ugly for him. So hopefully he can bounce back and have a better year, and that would help out Connor just a little bit.
If you could take Connor down to 30 games,
even 40.
Yeah.
Because again, you almost need him back there to make it into the playoffs.
I'm sorry, not to 30 games. I'm saying he needs to not go down 30 games. He needs go down to 50 to 40 games played and have the other goalie at the 30 marker. Then that gives him plenty of time to rest, and you're able to make that
utilize him in the playoffs then the whole time.
Exactly.
You're not because him playing that many games all regular season, and he's playing every playoff game. He is.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is.
Especially for a goalie.
Excuse me. Yeah, definitely one to be watching.
Colorado
Avalanche. Now, finishing 8th overall, 50, 25, and 7. Record at 107 points. They made the playoffs. Home record is unbelievable.
Unreal.
31, 9, and 1. That is
if you're going to
crazy.
If you're a home fan, you're going to their games. I bet it's awesome.
They're
never losing.
Yeah, exactly. Away 19, 16, and 6. Of course, that could be better. Power play top 5 at 5. PK top 15 at 12. So here's the thing with Colorado Avalanche. Their cap space is too tight.
Yeah.
I didn't like to see that. They made some moves. Again, when you have a Nathan McKinnon, it doesn't matter too much. 140 points.
McCarr.
But they're missing their captain. Landeskog.
Yeah, Landeskog. He's still hurt.
And I watched the Amazon Prime face-off behind the net or whatever it was.
Yep.
And they talked about like how big an impact just him being a captain. He was 19 years old and he was the captain of that team. Like he's that
a born leader.
Yeah. So they, it looked like he was starting to skate at the end of last year. Doesn't sound like he's coming back right now, but
no, I think
maybe
it was
sometime this year. But
it was month to month.
Yeah. So
I think is what it was. Yeah, I didn't put him up there because I really didn't know what was going on with him.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure.
It's tough to say and it sucks. Yeah. But I think without Landeskog, like, again, we'll get to the lines and they're still talented, but it's their top two guys or their top guys need to perform every night.
Yeah.
And I just don't think if they get to the playoffs, great, but they won't make it far because of that, because their top guys are going to be so tired.
It's interesting for me so they extend Middlestat, who they developed, and he brought in at a young age. Casey, he was great. They developed him, and now he's to the point where he's playing great and full time in the NHL, and then he earns his contract. But I think the biggest thing for them is Nichushkin, who it was actually an interesting story. I didn't know really much about him last year. It was interesting, looking him up because he actually missed 22 games last year from between January and March, and that's a career high 53 points for him with missing 22 games, and he ended up getting suspended Game 4 in the playoffs last year, and right now he's eligible for reinstatement mid-November. But I didn't see any news on if they were going to keep him or what they're going to do with him. But I think if they could keep him, and he's
point per guy,
I mean he's almost a point per game, and it's really close, and that's a huge offensive player if they could keep him, or if he can get on the right track and being reinstated and then whatever. There's no details on what happened or why he was suspended, but whatever it is, we can get back to normal, back to him playing, and I think that's going to be like one of their biggest things. If they can get him back in, then offensively that's a huge piece for them that gives them that extra push, that extra leg up, to make it into the playoffs, to make a deeper run at least.
Yeah, they're missing some top guys, and that's gonna be tough. Like,
and it depends on when Landeskog, if he can get back and he can get back to his old self,
exactly.
Healthy.
It's gonna
when he gets back.
That's the biggest thing, and what I guess I don't know. I know coming into the season they're already close to the cap market.
They're able to extend,
and so if you bring Landeskog back and you bring in Nichushkin back, these guys are going to be over the cap. And now what do? You got to take these guys that are not making a lot of money, that maybe are doing really good this year, and you're going to have to sit. Like, it's just
I
don't think it's going to be a good thing for Avalanche.
What they do come mid-November, if Nichushkin can be reinstated, if he's going to get reinstated back, or what whole situations. Like, I know he's talking with the front office, but nothing has come out yet on what's going on.
Yeah, look at Nathan McKinnon, 140 points. Again, if you can get that, and Rannon, they got two guys at 100 points.
Yeah,
those two, one of them gets hurt, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you are.
I know. Makar can't lead it, and Druin's he's still up there in age.
Yeah, so Makar is great. He'd be a 100-point guy if he played a full season, but it's just I hope the best for Avalanche, but I just don't see it. I think they need the cap space, and I don't think they're going to get it, and they just don't have the guys that I think. Look at their goaltender.
I believe Richie is one of the rooks this year. He's one of the youngsters who I think is 20 or under 20. So he's one to look out for too, to see how he does with Middlestat.
Yeah, and look at back their goaltender Alex here, 62 games, so more than Connor. Games. But he's just shy of 90%.
That's that work overload.
It is,
and like he doesn't really have a and I don't know, Juice Sanuin. Not a bad year and a bad backup. I'm not sure in the age or anything on him, but I don't see him as a solid, backup 10D for Gorgiev.
Yeah. Hopefully Ivan on there in the fourth line can do really good. I might just watch them just for that guy.
Just alone. For him. Miles Wood there he's another good youngster.
He is. Again, that's the thing. What are you gonna do with guys that do you set your fourth line out? But that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know the cap hit of it, and I think it's going to be kind of scary if those guys do come back because I think they're.
And who knows? Maybe they'll make a big move to offload some of that on the trade deadline.
You have to get rid of someone really good.
Well, I know that's the thing. You'll see what happens.
But anyways, probably the biggest team now that everyone's hyping up about is Nashville Predators. They actually made the playoffs as well last year, 11th overall, 47-30-5 at 99 points, 23-16-2 at home, 24-14-3 away. Power play was 16 and PK 22. The big thing, of course, yes, they get Stamkos. They signed.
They had three big things. They had three big free agent signings.
Four. They re-signed.
They re-signed them, but three signings.
Yeah, three big signings at Stamkos, Marchand, and Brady Sexky.
Yes.
All 4, 5, and 7-year deals. Saros is 8. So you got someone, 4, 5, 7, 8. For now, for pretty much, I would say for at least good 4 years, you are contending for that cup.
I don't know what Forsberg and Yossi's contracts look like, how long they have for them, but as of right now, the Predators are a team to look out for, and 100%. They're on the hunt for the cup, and not just playoff spot, but the cup with the team they have right now.
Yeah, and look at both their goals.
Stars.
This is probably the first time I saw their two goaltendings. Again, Saros. I like how I was complaining about Connor's workload, but then you have Saros here. But again,
big.
Saros, look at the less amount Connor had, the higher the Jets apparently won, right? Look, every team now we've gone through has more than 60 for their goalie to play. So Saros at 64 and Kevin here at 17. Both are at 90%, which is great. But maybe bring Saros down a little bit more.
They lose Lankinen though.
Oh, they do.
He moved on. And they bring in Wedgwood. So, from the Stars as his backup.
Yeah.
So, Wedgwood's used to having the number one goalie have a big workload coming back from Ottinger. And so
not too bad. It'll be okay, I guess. Either way.
Still just the same.
So, at first, I was with Predators, I was like, they'll definitely make the playoffs. But when I'm watching the Amazon thing again, behind the scenes of the NHL pretty much, the team they have now, or they had their top 5 guys that are all coming back. Nashville, I don't know how I didn't know this, or if I just wasn't paying attention. They went on a 19-game winning streak.
Yeah.
They were 19-0-1.
Yeah.
Now you're adding 3 guys to that.
Stars, not just guys. Stars.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. The biggest thing is, can they mesh well? Can they play well? And everyone's going to be looking at them this whole season and watching how they are and how their record and everybody, and they're going to be probably pretty critical because the Stars are on this team and the fact that they have to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they have to go far. They have to at least get to the conference final, I would say.
Oh,
with a team like this, spending all that money,
and
getting these guys and bringing them in, and the biggest thing too, as injuries, is as long as they can stay healthy. No major injuries. Even if they lose a major guy, it's like, wow, what do you? I mean, it's like, how they did last year. So in the playoffs without those 3 signings.
Yeah,
it's gonna. If you're a Preds fan, you're so happy.
You're
now. Ecstatic.
Yeah, you're ready for the season to start. In my opinion. One thing I do like to see is that this team is pretty even at home and in away.
Yeah.
They, like I said, they're almost dead even, which is good to see.
And picking up the defense, Skidgy, whatever, he will help. He was going to help probably out on that PK unit.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bring that down some.
I think you're going to see.
And signing Carrier too, and they re-sign him, bring him back.
Yep. And
another
so I think
guy.
With the additions they've got, their PK and their power play will both go up. And that's just going to make them more dangerous, dude. This is let's just look at their lines. Their first line, they're not going to touch because they did so well last year.
Yeah.
You have to have Steven with Jonathan because they've played together before and they loved each other before. And honestly, it sounded like they both came here with each other. They wanted to come together.
Yeah.
I think Steven signed and John's like, I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
And, man, playing with Tommy guy at 54 points last year.
27 assists, so he's going to be just feeding them all day.
Yeah, just wait. This guy's going to be probably a 60-point getter this year.
Yeah, 50 of them will be assists.
And then their bottom 2 lines were, just think if you didn't have the top you have your second line. Luke and that Phillip guy was probably right there in that second line. So
yeah,
these guys are gonna be deep. I love their defense, man.
Oh yeah.
Like they are gonna be like. Sozzi's freaking.
Yossi maybe up
Yossi's for such a stud.
Maybe a Norris Trophy candidate this year.
Again, yeah, and he had how many? 85 points.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? 85 for a D man.
Yeah, their power play. Their power play. I would hope to be in the top 10. With adding Stamkos
and John.
Yeah, both. On your power play 1 unit, Stamkos is they're just gonna set him up there over on the side on the wing right in the circle.
Yeah,
and he just be taking 1-timers all day.
I think this is you got to be super excited as a Preds fan, like you were saying, and dude,
there's not much of a weakness.
There really isn't. Team. Like they're gonna make the biggest jump. What I say, 11 overall. They're gonna be. I would say it could be top 5.
Maybe that's tough. We'll see. I gotta see how they play together during the regular season. The first few games, they gotta get past. I'd say the first 10 games. Again, 10 games, and after that, you'll see what they can really do.
Yeah. Before we go to the next one, you know how that whole winning streak happened? So apparently they're on their way. They're gonna go to Vegas for a game. And they every team, all the guys on the team bought tickets to this concert at the Sphere. Well, the coach found this out, or actually the GM, Tory, or what's his name, Barry Brotz or whatever. The coach for the Caps.
Oh, Barry Trotz.
Barry Trotz. There you go.
Yeah. So he started on that.
He heard about that and he went down there. He's like, no. He's like, you guys are doing crap and this and that. He canceled. He didn't. He's like, I don't care how much money you paid. You're not going. And apparently that kind of got a fire under them.
Yeah.
And they went on this crazy streak.
Prove them. We deserve that concert.
Yeah. So it
said, now can we go, coach?
Exactly. So so if they can play like that, yeah. Again, this is a team that.
Yeah, with Trotz coaching this team, I don't see any wrong happening.
So it'll be fun. Okay. Now to the last few teams that are going to be the surprising teams. I think that these teams that we just went through, they're going to be...
We know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We know there's already, we already know, like, there's high expectations.
Yeah.
We know that they're going to more than likely make the playoffs.
Exactly.
And those are locked in. Like, because realistically, let's be real here, from like the Central Division, there's at least four or five teams that are locked in, and if they don't make it, it's like, what the hell happened? Injuries,
exactly.
More than likely injuries happen.
Exactly. That's the only two I can really think of for some reason is just the Jets and Colorado. Those are the only two teams that are maybe questionable if injuries happen. Other than that, Nashville, Dallas, they should be up there.
Yeah. Yep.
So now with these teams, they all have a chance, of course. But these ones will be more probably
after
the wild card.
Seeing how they played today.
Yeah, so again, St. Louis did a big deal, right? So first, 16th overall. Last year they missed the playoffs. 43-33-6 for 92 points. Home record looks really good at 25-11-5. Away 20-18-3. Power play is number 1. And PK number 5. That is amazing.
That's crazy.
It sucks that they were 16th overall, but amazing stat right there for the St. Louis Blues. Now, they go out, do a freaking offer sheet again
that
with
whole
Edmonton.
weird thing.
We talked about that in the Pacific Division last week. So if you want to look at that, go for it.
Yeah.
But
they signed the guys that they offered.
Signed, and one of them, defenseman, Phillip,
already producing.
Already scored, I believe, the tying goal today.
Yeah.
They were, and which is great. These guys were down 2-0, and they came back.
3 unanswered goals within under 2 minutes.
That is crazy.
Yeah, Kiryu had 2 goals, and Broberg had the 1.
Exactly.
And,
So, again, both of those guys, Dylan Holloway and Phillip Broberg, are signed for 2 years. And then they acquire Texry
from the Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets signed another re-signed a defenseman.
The biggest thing is that Buchnevich.
Yeah.
They extend him. He comes back. He had a great year last year. I believe he's a youngster.
63
and
points.
Like a rook. Yeah. And so looking to have him break the 30 goal, mark, and because with Krug out, that's a big hurt. But that's when they get Holloway to hopefully mitigate a little bit of that.
Troy Kruger is actually defense, bro.
No.
Philip Broberg.
Broberg. It was that's right. You're right. Correct. Yeah. Broberg bringing him in, and it looks like he's already doing good. Having the 1 point today already in the goal that helped him push past.
And then Suter at defense, dude. This guy has been going.
He got bought out by the Stars with that huge, and we'll get to that. The next team, the Wild, dealing with all that and that huge contract. Now he's still bouncing around, but still a big physical defenseman. He's a vet.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for these guys. Again, their rookies just need a little bit more help out. Looks like Robert Thompson kind of carried that team for 20.
Yeah, Thomas, he's looking like a stud.
So they got young guys that can produce. Should be a little bit higher now. Again, I could see all their top 3 guys be up in that 80.
Yeah. Kiryu could go for 40 goals this year.
Yeah.
The way he was skating and how he looked today, fast, speed, and great shot.
Yeah, so you should see some good work for these younger guys.
Yeah.
Brandon Shen's been around the Blues forever.
Yeah.
I think Saad is hurt right now, so hopefully. I think the big thing though is can Jordan Binnington not be a dingbat?
Yeah, he had an off year last year.
So going into the lines, they got Dylan up there on the first line.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see that they got guys. I think their third line's good good veteran line,
especially Falk with Broberg.
Yeah, so I'm excited for these guys.
They're deep.
I really am.
It's a deep team.
These guys could be kind of like Jets last year. People have them low, but they might make that push and jump up with these young guys. Even if they do, I think if they make the playoffs, that's going to be a successful season.
Yeah.
Because
gives the
everybody
young guys
knows
experience.
when you get to the playoffs, it's totally different. And when you have young guys, they're gonna probably fold under the pressure.
Oh yeah.
And they might not, but they're not gonna go far just because of that non-experience.
Yeah, and you're playing at the same team. It could be a total of 7 times.
Exactly. So, but again, Blues, man, very fun team. It looks like I'm excited for them.
Fast
for
team.
Sure.
Should be a speedy team.
Exactly. It'll be fun. Again, they came back and they won against a good Seattle team that we had high praise for. So
it's a good start for them.
Good start for them. And like Ryan said, yes, our next one, Minnesota Wild. 20th overall, 39-34-9 for 87 points. Home record 20-15-6. Away at 19-18-4. Power play 10th overall, not bad. PK 30 needs some work. It looks like.
Yeah, so they re-sign, extend Faber, their youngster. They signed 8 years.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, that was a
stud.
That was a Kings player, by the way. But anyways,
good development. You guys are good development.
I know we do. We really do. Faber, dude, what a stud. He's 47 points, 39 assists.
Defense.
I see him 60 plus point getter this year.
They can't really do much as because of the Preds and Suter contracts that they're still dealing with the after effects.
2 years.
No, next year is the year it falls off.
Okay,
so
next year.
So next year they should be able to go out and hopefully spend some money and we get some more people to compliment Kaprizov and Boldy.
Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest thing. They also got. We don't have it on here, but they also have another goaltender. They're running 3 goals.
Well, Jasper Wallstedt, I know today. That's the other thing too. Today he just signed 2 years with them, and that rookie he played last year. I think he played three games towards the end of the year, and he did really well.
Yeah.
And he was a 2-1 record, and so I know they wanted to. I know the only team that's bringing in 3 goaltenders into the season this year. So I'm looking for him to get more playing time, more games, and to more than Fleury, because Gustafsson has been declined last year from the previous year. Had an off year, and so maybe that they're hoping to get their rookie in there to get more playing time, more experience, and maybe have him take over.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You're gonna see a trade happen probably in the next couple months, just as goaltender has to go away.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna waiver, which I think is stupid because you could get something for any of those guys.
Yeah. Fleury is 39. He's getting up there. Almost 40. He goes 40.
But you don't want to get rid of Fleury.
No, because it's been like, yeah, he's with age declining somewhat, but he's still
good.
He's still good, and he still can make any other team.
Yeah, again, we talked about other teams needing a goaltender. Fleury wouldn't be a guy.
Fleury would be interesting if he went to the Sharks. And have Askarov around him.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see Fleury get to a contender, I guess.
He's already got cups with the Penguins. We don't
care.
need to see him get any more.
I love Fleury in the.
I like Fleury's antics now that he's not with the Penguins, but.
Yeah, but yeah, that signing of Zach and Suter, talk about it. It was the biggest flop. It's a big flop.
It was
honestly.
Huge, and it's been killing Minnesota ever since.
Yep, they can't.
And they're lucky they were able to draft Kaprizov and not have it.
Yeah, so they're getting lucky. They're a tough team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again,
it's a gritty team.
They actually didn't. Kaprizov, they signed him. He was in Russia. They just signed him.
Well, yeah, but they're lucky enough they were able to get him.
Yeah, because you don't have him. You guys are the worst team in the league last year. About close to it for 96 points, 75 games, and he was at 96. Brock's on here, and he's the only one that played the whole season, and 47 points. So
Iron Man.
They need if they can stay healthy, dude. This is gonna be a good team.
Yeah, injury burden. That's the thing. That's not a good look.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a challenge for
with Trennan. They're adding in a little bit of depth. With Trennan adding in coming from Colorado, so that helps out a little bit offensively.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I'm excited for them. We're Wild. We're not too far from the Wild, so we cheer them on it a little bit here and there.
I got family. My mom's a Wild fan, so
yeah. So, we hopefully can maybe pick up a game or so this year, but
maybe go to one.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I know when they're at home, it's a fun place to be at.
Yeah, it's an electric atmosphere.
You
score a goal here and that cannon go off.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with these guys, and hopefully they can make that little surprise and that push into the playoffs. Looking at their lines, man, Capri up top with Zuccarello. I love Zook, just being a smaller guy.
Yeah, he's a beast in the corners.
Yeah, and I guess talking about young guys, Rossi, that guy, he could be he actually is he's a stud, and being on that first line with Kapari, dude, this could be a killer first line.
Yeah,
that second line,
Eriksson and Boldy are great together, good duo.
Yep.
Even in Marcus Johansson.
He's up there, but hey, who cares?
And Foligno, Hartman, and Trennan.
Solid freaking third line. That's a big power line. That should be a fourth line, but they play great third line. They produce. That's the big thing. They produce.
Yeah, I like their defense. Defensively, they're a little depth. Spurgeon's on the second line.
Yeah,
and you have Brodin and Faber on the
Middleton
first.
Is good.
Yeah.
So like they're looking at it from last year. They have a solid team, and so it's
for me, it's a possible wild card spot.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's hard to make them make that push into an actual playoff.
Yep. But again, if they can figure out their goaltender, and that's the thing, if one of their goaltenders that are doing pretty decent after the first month or whatever, get a good forward to come in and help out. It could easily happen.
We'll see what they want to do.
I'm excited for them for sure. Utah Hockey Club, or the Phoenix Coyotes from last year. 27th overall, 36, 41, and 5, 77 points. Home record at 22-19. Away, 14, 22, and 5. Power play at 15 and PK at 25.
Oh, I have that wrong too.
Huh?
Oh, for Sergachev.
Oh.
Defense.
Yes, defense.
Yeah. That's their biggest signing for the year.
For sure.
Yeah.
And they also signed their goaltender extension.
Yeah, and Gunther they get
Oh yeah, sorry.
Extended as well.
Gunther is who I was talking about. Yes, they needed to sign him, and they did.
And they bring in Ian Cole defensively.
Yep.
Vet. He's been on multiple teams, but still he's been great.
Connor Ingram, he's gonna have more of a workload this year. 48 games. He's gonna be up into that 50, 60. I'm assuming, just because how good he actually was. But these guys are not ready. I think this kind of sucks is that Utah, yes, you're getting a hockey team, but you're not getting an expansion team.
Yeah, it's just a team moving.
Yeah, so
it's like
you're not like
guys.
You look at like the Vegas and how they did it expansion. They did it crazy good.
Yeah.
Seattle didn't do terrible, but
they changed up the way that they did it though.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas the first year
Yeah, so that's what sucks. Like, you guys aren't going to be good, but it's going to be good for Utah.
Yeah, it's good for the city. It's good for the state.
But not
as a team. It's still the same. It's still the same.
You
Phoenix
got
Coyotes.
Keller. That's good.
Yeah, I mean Clayton Keller. He's got the C.
Yeah.
Nick Schmaltz coming back. Always liked Butstead. I've been watching him since he was a Gopher.
Yeah. So you got guys that, it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. Yeah, I like Sean Durzi on your D. Your D looks better than your offense, to be honest.
Yeah.
Again, you guys got good young talent. Logan Cooley, really good talent. This is his second year.
Yep.
Josh Doan, probably the biggest guy now there because of Shane, his father.
Yeah.
So to see him playing, that's gonna be good. So you got young guys coming into the league that overall you're gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, as a Utah resident, nice to go watch some hockey games.
Exactly.
But are you gonna I don't.
It's gonna be like the Blackhawks and Sharks. It's gonna be fun to go, but you're not gonna see much of playoff hockey.
That or wins. I not see much wins because I don't have them very high up.
Yeah.
On the chart.
At the end of the year, for these guys, they went balls to the wall, and they did it for Phoenix. And if they can bring that mentality here to Utah, then they have a chance.
Like tonight, they'll probably have a solid game tonight. I know they're playing the Blackhawks tonight,
which would be it's a young team versus young team.
It's better than facing like a Predators or somebody right off the bat.
Yeah.
Or a Rangers or somebody. You don't want to be facing somebody. I think Chicago's a good because they're young.
Yep, and it's
so
at
the
home,
atmosphere could be it could be like a depending on the fans.
Yeah, what's a better thing? You got a fan group that have hockey there for the first time.
Yep.
Or an actual team, and you get to watch probably one of the best up and coming teams in both Utah and the Blackhawks. Blackhawks has one of the best players, rookie second year coming in that we'll get to.
I think he's under 20 still or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's crazy good.
Yeah.
So he's got the hands. The speed's there, not like Connor McDavid, but his hands are there, and it's very
just all around fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So Utah have a fun season. Enjoy the super low prices of everything.
Yeah,
my gosh,
I know, right? How it should be. Gosh.
It should be.
I would $3 a hot dog, something like that.
I would pay $100 on a freaking nosebleed section just to have that.
Yeah, and so I assume that their stadium will be packed every game.
Yeah. It seems like some seats are not the best. But that's something they got to work around.
Yeah,
they got to figure it out. They got to redo it.
Yeah,
for you guys for sure. Make sure you guys are comfortable there.
Getting your full experience.
Last one I believe, correct? Yeah. Let me make sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Chicago Blackhawks, 31 last year. 23, 53, 6, and 52 points. 16, 21, and 4 at home. 7, 32, and 2 away. Power play at 28, PK at 27. They go out and they get frickin' everybody they can think of, it feels like. They require the rights to Lafferty.
And then they get
Mikheyev,
which he's not on the first line.
Yeah.
Bedard.
Lafferty goes to the Canucks. He's actually, I believe, playing. He's third or fourth line, I think, right now.
Yeah.
But they're stacked, so. But they signed goaltender for 2 years at $6 million from the Jets.
Yeah, which I saw that they have Soderblom as Mrazek's backup, which I'd have to look more into that if they're actually gonna have him or if they have Brissett. They sent Brissett down or not.
Yeah,
because he did really good with the Jets.
Yeah,
so we'll Hellebuck's backup.
But see. Signed Tyler Pertuzzi, who's
gonna help.
He for sure. I think we'll look at the lines, but yeah, he'll be a good help. TJ Brody, I believe. 2-year deal signed with the Leafs. Smith signs. Craig Smith, I believe, is the first one. Signs for a 1-year, $1 million deal from the Stars. Anderson re-signs for 2 years.
Big sign, Teravainen.
Their big sign.
Coming back. He was with Chicago. Then he went to Carolina.
Came
back.
Yep, 3 years, $16 million. Patrick Maroon, big guy. When you have him on your team,
probably make it to the Cup.
You could make it to the Cup. He signed a 1 year. Yeah. And then Alec Martinez, that I love, my guy. He's a solid guy.
King's hero.
Yeah, 1 year, $4 million. Again, Bedard was hurt, but looks like he's a point per guy.
Yep.
Look at everyone's looking like they're hurt. on this team. Jason Dickinson, who played for the Stars a couple of years ago. 35 points. That's probably the best you guys really got because of how many people you got hurt.
Bedard negative 44 points.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
But, with how the team was last year.
Yeah, you could. I think everyone said, yes, you got the number 1 overall pick, but you weren't going to do anything.
No, and everyone knew
that. Just because he's got to learn.
Yeah. He's small sized.
Yep, I think he's put on some weight. Sure.
Well, and seeing in the preseason games, he's a little feisty now. He ain't taking nothing this year. No, he's not gonna fight because he knows.
Yeah,
he knows he's undersized, and he's not gonna win those fights, and he can't risk getting injured like that with this broken jaw he had last year.
Yep.
But he's not gonna take no shit anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Connor Bedard will 100% be the guy that wants to be more scrappy, and he's gonna prove it that I can score, I can do this and that, but you're not gonna push me around.
No.
And I'm excited to see what that comes for Connor. Hopefully that makes
I got
some more points.
Pick up Maroon to help out, and Bertuzzi, a little more physical guys.
Well, and Bertuzzi. I think they had Bertuzzi kind of up with Connor.
Yeah.
I think honestly, right now, yes, Ilya is up there, but I think they kind of wouldn't mind
him down.
Yeah, with Taylor or Tyler. I'll probably watch this game tonight here and see what actually they do, but. Again, they're not terrible. They're
on paper they look decent.
Good. Yes, I like their defense. Peter Mrazek was a stud. I think
with Detroit he had awful.
So again, it's the team in front of them. That's the big thing. But if they can play better, I like Alex Martinez, Alec Vlasic,
and Brody.
Connor Murphy. I like these guys. Jason Dickinson, their third line's a good third line. Their fourth line's a big power line.
Old. Still the third and fourth line.
But man, I'm excited for this team.
Their power play should be pretty good. With
what was that?
Bedard,
20-something or
28th? I would look to have it in probably 15th. 15th with the Bedard, Teravainen, Kurisev.
Yeah.
On there, and then probably Jones commanding it.
Yeah. So this would be it'll be a fun team again.
We'll see how the goalies do.
Yeah. This team could maybe, it depends on how well they work together, but I don't see them going too far.
No.
It's going to be a fun
they're going to
team.
have a better year than last year.
Yes, a better team. Yes. So I'm excited to see what happens with them for sure.
Yeah.
Again, they start tonight here at 9 Central Time.
A few minutes.
And
10 minutes or so, 13 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get off here soon so I can go watch that bad boy. But
speed things up.
Now to our picks. Pretty much similar.
For the division.
Division-wise.
Conference is going to be a lot different.
Avalanche.
Yeah.
For me, the only reason why I think the Blues make it, and I know I said, the injuries are what is going to be the downfall for Avalanche. And I just feel like there's just, with their luck so far with not having their captain coming back again this year, and then just not enough cap space, I just feel like it's already a disaster. So I don't think they're going to make – I think I have them making the playoffs. I think there's going to be 5 teams that could come out of this and be in the playoffs. But yeah, and then other than that, guys, we're exactly pretty much the same. Blackhawks, we think will move up at least a spot.
Yeah.
Utah will go down. But yeah, Dallas Predators, we have the Jets the same. At first we didn't. He said the Jets were going to freaking destroy. You had the Jets, the Predators, and Dallas at first.
Oh yeah, well, I didn't have Dallas. That's what I had. I just dropped. I don't know, because it was hard for me. I couldn't choose between the Avalanche and Blues.
Yeah, that one was.
And then
too.
The Jets, just what they did last year, and with Connor Hellebuyck, it's just like I can't put them lower with that. I mean, I just couldn't, and so I just felt like that was a good spot. I don't know, Dallas and Preds. We got to see how the Predators do in the beginning of the season, the first 10 games with their big 3 new additions. See how they mesh well together.
Yep.
And I know they have a full season, but still, I just want to see how it is before. But I think that's how it'll be at the end of the season. Yeah.
Dallas. So that's our picks for this division.
The conferences, I want to switch mine a little bit.
I could switch this all day. I feel like.
Yeah. That top 8, or not even top 5.
Top 5's tough. Yep. Even actually top 4, I think could be all switched around.
The Jets,
for me, I just think the Central Division is tougher. And I also just think that they're just more well-rounded teams. So that's why I went with the Stars and the Predators.
See, the thing is, though, I don't know, because just the Oilers are just stupid stacked.
Yeah.
And the same, and I would switch the Oilers and Canucks just based on the fact of Demko.
Yeah.
For the Canucks goaltender.
And that's why I have him on 4 for me.
Yeah, and so I don't know what his timetable, what his return is going to be, and so like that's why I'm like, well, I don't think the Canucks could be it, but I still have him up there for the end of the season at least. The Oilers will probably take it there as long as there's no significant injuries in their players.
I think the Oilers, they're a solid team. I just feel like I don't know. I'm excited to watch them. I think they play tomorrow night, and I'm going to be watching them because I want to see if they act like Florida acted.
Yeah, today
Florida was
Boston.
Crazy good
just
so far.
Dominant.
So, but yeah, and then from there, we have the Jets, right? I don't know. The Kings are Kings, Blues, and Avalanche are their bottom. I think that they could have gone either way, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I do have the Blues a little high, but again, I do think they could beat out the Avalanche. And I just think with my Kings, I don't think the Blues, and again with injuries with Avalanche, if that happens, I don't see them being that much better.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I could have maybe put my Kings up a little bit more past the Jets, but that's very tough. That's biased really hard for me. But,
it's all right. Kings fan.
But yeah, and then our 9 through 16, I love how we both have the freaking Ducks at the bottom.
Yeah. I don't see it. I'm surprised by you think the Sharks are going to do that well.
I do think the Sharks are going to do well. That's my high hope for them.
That's a big thing. I
put that down there, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, I guess my fingers say they go here, they go there.
Yeah. I don't see it how they could be like that, but
it's gonna be
they're
tough.
Too young.
They are, but I think
youngest head coach, new coach,
man,
2 picks.
I'm excited. I really am excited for the Sharks.
It's just I hope it it goes great, but I don't think this year they do that well. Not as bad as the Ducks, but
yeah, we'll see.
Maybe we're just hating on the Ducks. I think.
But yeah, then that Kraken Wild Knights, we've gone through the
Kraken and Wild for me could probably either be flip flopped or no. I don't know.
Well, yeah, same with that. I think the same. I think they could both.
Yeah.
I think those 3 teams could all fit in with Avalanche or even with the Blues and make it to the playoffs as well.
Yeah.
But that's again.
The Knights, I just don't see. I've seen some others. The Knights have the Knights higher. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not high on the Knights just because of analytically seeing what they've lost and what they've gained back from that. It's just they lost too much, losing their number 1 goal scorer or their point getter Marchessault, and then their number 1 goalie Thompson. I mean, those are pretty 2 big losses, and you don't get anything really back in return to replace them.
Yeah.
And so you got Aiden Hill for goaltender, which is he's a starter, but I don't know if he's the starter.
Yeah, I don't see them doing as good as everyone else thinks, but
we'll see though.
But yeah, before we get to our beer league clip of the week, I talked about how Stanley Cup Finals, what we predict. So the prediction for my Stanley Cup Final, I definitely have the Oilers there. I think everyone does.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got the Oilers.
And honestly, gosh, I wouldn't be upset. I would honestly be okay with Florida Panthers as well. Going back to back, I think it'd be crazy.
The way that they started this season so far, it looks.
It doesn't look like they lost 9 guys.
No, it looks like they're just better.
So that's but because of it, I do think Oilers will make it. I think they're gonna just have that. I think Connor McDavid is just gonna be like, screw this.
Yeah, and if Stuart Skinner can go on another streak.
Yeah.
And
so
playoff streak.
Yeah, I think, and they added good guys. They added goal scorers and stuff like that. So I'm excited for them.
Van Vander Gank can come back healthy.
Yep,
that helps out.
Oh gosh, he's like a 4th liner at this point.
Yeah, I know, but that helps out depth for playoffs. It's huge. And every point counts.
Exactly, and so I just don't see. I think everyone's there with them. But again, I think if you want to take the Oilers out, my other team would be the Stars. I think the Stars would be my second go at it. But yeah, Oilers for sure have to be number 1. I don't think they finish the season out number 1, but they definitely make the playoffs, and I think they go to the finals. On the other side, again, Florida, if they keep playing like they just did, I could see them definitely being number 1.
Yeah.
And definitely being at the finals again. I'm pretty sure you're probably looking up the
You gotta remember
the other teams. Now I'm like,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough.
But
there's for me. Yeah, you're right. Florida, as of right now, Florida's looking like a strong candidate.
Yeah.
But I think for me, Oilers for sure. The other team that would be for me, not the Oilers. Honestly, I know it's crazy saying this, and based off, for my rankings, you're gonna be like, what the hell? Why would you have them like that? Why would you not, picking it like this? But Predators, they could do good. I think.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
I think they would. They have a team because on paper, you look at them.
Yeah,
they line up well with the Oilers.
If they can click very well.
Just
100%.
Stacked offensively.
100%.
And defensively, they're sound with Roman Josi commanding all that.
I could see that. 100%.
So those are my two teams that could come out of the West for the Cup. I really only have one because I'm not gonna say Florida. I'm gonna go different and I'm gonna go crazy. I probably am crazy, but like you said earlier, Canadian, Toronto.
Yep. That was my biggest.
Do or die.
Yeah.
It's either you
for
make
both
Cup,
of them. For Oilers and for Toronto.
Either you make Cup or you're not coming back.
So yeah. So with that being said, because yes, I thought of the same thing. I'm like, there's no way the Leafs, but I'm like, dude, this has to be the Leafs season.
So good. With getting rid of O'Keefe, he's going to Devils,
which is good for him because he's 2-0 right now.
Yeah, and he's dealing with the same young players like he's dealt with in Toronto, so he knows how to coach them up to get to where they're at, but he just never could get him past the hump.
Yep.
Maybe now this new coach that's coming in from Toronto, he can get him past that hump. Maybe that was the thing that could get him past that hump.
So I actually looked it up. The last time 2 Canadian teams ever were in the Stanley Cup was in 1989.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1989 was the last time 2 Canadian teams won. Last time a Canadian team even won was 1993.
Yeah.
So
USA.
But yeah, I don't think you're too off on that, man. I think I could see Toronto for sure. I know they can barely make it out of the first round, but man, they are super scary good, I feel like. So, I am excited for those guys. I really am. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm interesting.
But yeah, that's what we have. So pretty much it's the Oilers for sure on our end, and probably Toronto. Honestly, I would say Toronto.
Yeah.
If again, Florida would be crazy if they did. But yeah, Toronto would be my.
It'd be gnarly, you
pick.
see that. I mean, it'd be like the NBA when Cleveland and Warriors, they're always going to the playoffs or the finals to meet each other. Maybe we'll see the Oilers in Florida again this year.
That would be pretty dope. Not gonna lie. So
be a rematch. Hopefully, personally the Oilers will win this year. Exactly. Then they're 1-1.
Okay, guys, that's our picks. Let's get into the clip of the week. So, fun old clip of the week.
It's a short one.
It's a short 12-second one, of course. But again, we'll let you guys. We'll play it through, and then we'll go through it. You're gonna freaking laugh again, aren't you?
Oh, there he is. Big body. Can just a quick line change. Don't worry about it. Nobody saw that. Let me open the door quick. Get out, go in.
Their teammates didn't even care. It's like he's done it before.
If I'm that guy, if I'm those two guys sitting on the end of the bench for that happened, I'm dying laughing at this point. Like, I'm crying. The first time I saw this, I was crying laughing. Everything is just perfect. Because, that guy's head, he's like, oh, I'm going to light this guy up. Yep. That guy dodges. That guy just goes over the boards, head first, feet overhead, heels overhead. The best part, there's two best parts for me. He opens the door to get back out. Why the fuck?
That's the thing, yeah.
Like, why'd you open the door? I mean, it just kills me. And then after it, he just walks casually down. He's like, get some water here, just refresh myself. It's just like, dude, how are you not like, it's so damn funny.
Yeah, so if you watch this, right, the first thing, it's, he jumps right through, okay? And then, he gets up and he opens the door, like, I'm going back out.
Get out.
Here's the thing, guys. This guy doesn't have a stick.
No, probably what he realized when he was going back, he's like, oh, shit, I don't have a stick.
Yeah, and now you guys are thinking, oh, it's just in the box. No, watch.
He came in without one.
Came in without one, guys. He literally closes the door, blah, blah, blah. Not, like, no stick in hand.
Tucks his jersey in a little bit.
Man, no big deal. I do this every day.
Grab some water.
So now look at number 9 here. Number 9 sees that he has no stick and tries to give it to him, but now he wants to go for the hit. But, again, this makes no sense because one, this is a beer league. Beer league, guys. You don't hit in beer league. Even if you don't have your stick, you can pin a guy, whatever, but you don't go for big hits. Good move by 17. Like, this guy literally lost the puck probably and just like, oh, let me go back and grab it quick. Like, yeah, just boom, boom.
Just a little
Gone.
shimmy.
This guy loves it. Number 7 on the other
stick
team.
Down, yeah.
Like,
but it's crazy to me that this, like, usually
right here.
Anywhere else you'd see, like,
this
everyone
guy,
would stop and look.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just like, it's like this guy's done it before.
Yeah. So I don't.
My favorite, yeah, he just opens the door. He's like, oh, I don't have a stick.
None of the teammates are like, yo, you're good.
My favorite.
Like,
then he comes.
Good, man.
Sits down.
Okay.
Let's get some water here. Yeah. That was a hard shift.
just don't. Honestly, it's so stupid.
So damn funny.
You don't do that in beer league, guys. You just don't.
No.
If you're gonna play beer league, you go there for fun and you don't go there to kill.
No.
And that guy was there to kill, and it was sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. So, okay, guys. I guess one little announcement. I think we kind of talked about this together a little bit, but we might start doing a little bit, once every other week or whatever it might be.
Probably be a weekend.
It'd be a weekend type of thing.
It'd be a weekend because we're working.
But just kind of sitting down here in the studio, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Live streaming, coming in, chatting with us, and then just watching some hockey. We won't be showing it on our end, but we'd be watching it on our end. Of course, we can't do that for copyright reasons, of course, but
yeah,
just something to look out for that we maybe hopefully do.
If you guys have questions or want to ask us about stuff,
yep,
you can ask us. We'll answer when we're watching it, or we'll be talking about the game, and everything.
Yep. So we're probably gonna do that here and at some point, and we're excited for that. So, but again, guys, there's the whole division. There's the conference. There's the whole league. And our Stanley Cup predictions, everything. So
yeah, next week will be a lot different.
Yeah,
we'll be talking more just about games.
Exactly.
Just getting into the season, and then we'll incorporate later on, and when our season starts for our hometown South Dakota league, then we'll talk more into that.
Yep.
Coming up, but that's not for another month.
Yeah, they're gonna start practice here next week, and then games won't be for a while. But yeah, we're super excited for that as well. We're always keeping track of Carter Sanderson, making sure that he's doing good down there, and so other than that, guys, again, follow us here on YouTube, subscribe, us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter as well. If you guys want to listen to this and don't really want to watch the video, we got it also on Spotify. You can look us up at Dakota Goons. All the episodes are there as well. So again, guys,
just quick before we go, there's just for next week, just for the fall, like until next week, till our next podcast, which is a couple games. I want to say that we'll probably be on the lookout, and we're more than likely we'll be talking about next week. One of the biggest ones is tomorrow's Maple Leafs and Canadiens. After seeing the preseason, how everything happened, how fisticuffs were thrown, that's going to be a bloodbath. So that's the one game to tune into come tomorrow night. And along with Thursday, big game, I would say probably the biggest game of this week almost, Stars and Preds. A great season opener. See how the Predators do, and Dallas playing. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. That's one that I'll definitely be on my radar that I'll be watching. And then, of course, on Friday, I think the big one, Lightning Hurricanes. It's a big game. And then Saturday is a full slate of games. We got 13 games on Saturday. I'll personally be watching my Caps play the Devils. But other than that, the other game, Hurricanes and Lightning play again. They play back-to-back. So that'll be interesting to see how that, it's like a series.
Yeah.
And so they already get 2 games off for them. And then that's the Sharks play on that day against the Ducks. I know that's not one that probably people want to watch, but with Celebrini and Smith and the youngsters all playing, I think that's one good thing to watch. And so that I think would be for at least till Saturday, a good slate of games. At least to check out.
Wow, that just ended. Oh no, we're good. Okay,
so we're good here.
Ooh, okay, I was scared there. But yeah. So either way, guys, great games. Just to end it off, it looks like here the Panthers are gonna win 6-2.
Yeah.
4 minutes left, but
it's pretty much a lock. Panthers dominating first game of the season. the ring ceremony, everything happened right during this hurricane, huge hurricane. Hopefully everybody is safe in Florida, including my parents who are there. But they're not on the Gulf, so they're not getting affected too much. Other than that, great opening night of hockey, and we still have Chicago and Utah to come, which should be starting right now.
Exactly. So, other than that, guys, enjoy the season. We're excited about the season. Again, follow us here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Again, on that podcast on Spotify. We will hopefully bring out some big news here when it can, especially on Twitter. Check that out. So, other than that, guys,